All right, y'all. Let's get on here real quick. Talk about the state of this country. Because the state of this country is going to shit in a handbag. Yep. I said it. It's going to shit in a handbag. So I'll turn my fan on here. Brother, kind of hot up in here. But anyway, has anybody noticed that this country is literally going up in flames? Huh? Has anybody ever just noticed that this country is going up in flames? Y'all voted for this idiot to be back up in the White House. And what is he doing? He is systematically erasing black folks from history. But this is the man y'all voted for. It's the man y'all voted for to get back up in there because y'all thought he was going to give y'all another stimulus check. Y'all thought he was going to do this. He was going to do that. Nope. The man is tearing the country down. He done got rid of so much stuff. The job market is up in shambles. You know, there's people out there filling out 1,000 applications, ain't getting hired. And if you get hired, you're not making what you're supposed to be making. They only offering jobs paying $16 to $17 an hour. Who can survive off of that? Especially with the cost of living nowadays and the inflation in this country as it is right now. No. You can't survive off of that. You cannot survive off that. That's crazy. The violence is off the chain, man. The violence is everywhere. It's off the chain, especially up here in Ohio. You know, just recently, just found out a young man just lost his life Saturday morning, about quarter to 4 Saturday morning. It was an unfortunate event that this young man lost his life, but in the same breath, this young man has caused pain and stress on women by being a abuser. You know, that DV, domestic violence. Y'all know what it is. Unfortunate he lost his life, but you can't go around doing dirt and don't expect dirt to happen to you. You know, it's not a diss. I'm not going to run the young man's name in the mud. I'm not going to do all that. Not even going to mention his name, but you know, when you do dirt, you get dirt back on you. You know, it's called the universe. It's called the law of the universe. And the universe has a warrior that goes out. Her name is Karma. Has anybody ever met her? Up close and personal, I'm quite sure y'all have. Her name is Karma. The universe sends her out when it wants to put balance back on things that are off. And trust, when the universe deems something that is off balance, something that's not balanced, trust me, it will send her out for you. It will send her out for you. So, best thing is that's my phone, y'all. Let me know my little niece's birthday is tomorrow. The best thing is, everybody has a past. Nobody is squeaky clean. There's nobody walking this planet that is squeaky clean. Nobody. Nobody. And if you find me a person that's squeaky clean, they're not real. They're not real. You're always going to go through something. You're always going to go through some hardships. You're always going to do something that you're going to sit there later on and be like, man, I should have did this differently. I should have did this. I should have did that. I should have made better choices. No, the choices you made were the choices that you were supposed to make. But the choices you make, that you learn your lesson from them, that's the thing. See, some people walk around and they make the choices but don't learn their lessons. You hear me? Some people walk around, they make the choices but never learn their lessons. Some people walk around and they make the choices but they never learn their lessons. And I'm going to say this one more time in the back. That's my wife. She telling me, say it again, y'all. People walk around and make the choices, but they never learn their lessons. So, when you're walking around making choices and that lesson hits you, and you think it's just, oh man, I just had a stringer, my luck ain't been that good, but the choices. No, your luck is fine. The universe done sent her out to you. Her name is Karma. When she comes after you, she comes after you. She has no remorse. She has no mercy. None of that. She has none of that. She's a B with a capital B, a double B. And she's rough. She's hard on people. She goes hard on people for no, and you can't say it's for no reason that, oh man, I don't know what I've done to deserve this. Yes, you do. Somewhere along the line in your timeline, in your lifeline, you done something that provoked the universe and for him to send out that karma at you. Then when you get older and you got time to sit and reflect on the things you did, then you're going to remember, damn, I did do that. Damn, I was an asshole. Damn, I was, Can't reflect on it now. You can't take it back. All you can do is learn the lesson from it. And trust me, there's quite a few people that learned the lesson. They had to learn the hard way. Whether they just, just keep bumping their head on that brick wall. Keep bumping your head. Go ahead, keep bumping your head. Sooner or later, that wall's going to let you know, dude, you split open. You ain't learned your lesson yet. You just keep doing the same dumbness over and over and over. Like my wife says, when you tired of that bowl of oatmeal, you'll stop eating it. Right? You ain't supposed to hear me. You're supposed to have your headphones on. What you doing over there? Side listening. Hey y'all, she flipped me the bird. I don't believe it. I'm calling her mama. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my mama too. I'm calling her. Gonna flip me the bird. Like she just got it like that. But anyway, y'all, not to get off course, but life lessons, just like life lessons with this country. Y'all done put that man back in the office. The first thing this man did was put Elon Musk, a South African, in charge of the nation's finances. What happened? The nation's finances is in shambles. He was doing all this, doing all that, gaslighting people. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Start erasing black history from the museums, out of schools. Start tearing down all the black monuments. He start doing all that. Start making these goofy ass laws. Start pardoning. He pardoned people that shouldn't even be pardoned. If you gonna pardon somebody, let my man Kels out of jail. Let him out of jail. You already got people. You already got people that are real zest monsters in your cabinet that you are affiliated with. You got them working for you. Know what I mean? So, if you gonna pardon people, pardon Kels. Know what I mean? The R&B industry need him back. Pardon him. Let him go. We all know why that man's in jail. He's not in there for what they saying he's in there for. Y'all better start reading between the lines on these celebrities. You worth more unalive than you are alive. I pour me some more ginger ale, y'all. Y'all see that? Yeah, Canada Dry. Blackberry ginger ale. No, y'all better start paying attention to what these celebrities, man. Especially these R&B cats. Especially these singers that got catalogs. Prince didn't overdose. I don't think Elvis overdosed. You know what I mean? Because Elvis had even though, y'all can say what y'all want about the man. He had a nice catalog of music. It was stolen, but his whole style was stolen. But he had a catalog of music. Now look, you see Elvis everywhere. You see him everywhere. Look at Michael. Michael had a real good catalog in music, man. He had a good catalog in music. Where's he at? We don't know, because I don't even think Michael's gone. For real. I don't think he's gone, y'all. I think he's somewhere laid up on the Himalayas in the island somewhere, him and Pac. Get ready to come out with something in 2030. Know what I mean? Michael, his catalog was so big that you never heard Michael Jackson's music on a TV commercial or an ad for anything. I mean, when he was alive, Party City did do Thriller. They asked for the rights to use Thriller. So Thriller was used at Halloween. But when Michael died, his song that he did with Justin Timberlake was on a Jeep commercial. You never heard Michael Jackson's music on a commercial for anything. Except Pepsi. Now, you're getting ready to start hearing a lot. You can't hear Kels because Kels is still alive. You know what I mean? Prince, you ain't heard I never heard Prince's yet, but his is on the way. But this country is in debt. This country treats its citizens like this is a third world country. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, this is a third world country. It's only advancing one race on this planet. Who? Not us. We was the ones that had the land, had the wealth, had generational wealth, but y'all know what they did? Flooded us out. They either flooded us out or bombed us. See, the system was not meant for us because our ancestors wasn't taught. They wasn't allowed to be taught. They wasn't allowed to be taught to pass down generational wealth. And those that did have the generational wealth was killed off. And their land was taken by eminent domain. Central Park was a thriving whole black community. It was called Seneca Valley. Look it up. Where Lake Lanier is. That was a thriving black town. What they do with it? They got rid of everybody, made a lake. We're gonna make a lake. We just gonna make a man-made lake. We're gonna put the whole town. They ain't even moved the town. They ain't even this is how corrupt and this is how corrupt and fucked up they are. They didn't move the town. They just put water over it. Up underneath Lake Lanier, there's a whole town. Everybody knows that. Central Park. Up underneath Central Park. Do y'all know what's up under there? Our ancestors are up under there. Up underneath Central Park, there are graves. There are bodies. If they dig up Central Park right now, they're going to pull up a whole community that they just got rid of. And now it's time for them to reap what they sowed. It's coming. Their time is coming. Their time is limited. They know it. That's why they're trying to come up with all types of stuff to try to prolong their life. They want to live longer. Y'all can't. Y'all can't. Y'all destiny is not to live long. That's why they pump everything. That's why they pump all these drugs and stuff into the communities to shorten our lifespans. So our generation doesn't grow, but their generation, they want their generation to go on. Henceforth, that's why they race mix. They race mix with every other race on the planet. I say about good 45% are what they own, but the rest are with every other race on the planet. Whether it be Haitian, Jamaican, Creole, Samoan, Indian, Japanese, Chinese, North Korean, South Korean, whatever. They race mix with everybody, so their lineage can live on. So their bloodline can live on. But ours just stops. Ours just stopped because they got us. Well, some of us we are waking up now. They had us so confused that we was blind for a minute. You know, we was blind for a minute on the promise of this was the land of the free, the home of the brave. This is the land of opportunity. The land of opportunity for who? The land of opportunity for who? We damn sure ain't getting them fucking opportunities. The opportunities is going to everybody else. And if y'all ain't waking up and paying attention, the man just brought some South Africans over here. What did they do? The same people he brought over here claimed they had to flee the country because they was in fear for their life. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. Same thing they doing over there in South Africa. They trying to bring them over here so they can do the same thing over here. But here's the thing. It's kind of too late. It's kind of too late because now we're getting tired of it. We're getting tired of it. We're fed up. The signs are all around. We're tired. This country done held us down for so long. Excuse me. Done held us down for so long that When we start to stand up, we make noise. When we start to stand up, we rumble. Things start to rumble. The ground shakes. When we start to stand up, everything changes. If we all stand up at the same time, we'll shake the foundation of this whole country. We'll shake the foundation of this whole country. That's all we got to do is stand up as one united front at the same time and build instead of tearing down. You know how the Asians do. When they come over, the Asians got their store, got their laundromats, got their restaurants. And what they do, and if y'all don't know this, they live over top of their little stores. Their family members live over top of their little store. So in the morning, they just come down the steps and open up the store. That's why you always see different ones in the store every time. That's why you always see different ones in the restaurant every time, because that particular part of the family comes over, works, make that money, and they take it back home and send the next batch of family over. That's why you always see different ones. You know, you'll get to know the little Asian people in the market, and you get to know them, they get to know you. Yeah, y'all know each other by first name. Then you turn around about 2-3 months later, well, close to 6 months later, you see a different person in there. Oh, they had to go back, take care of something, da da da. Okay, then you get then you get to know that person. And it's a continuous cycle. We can't do that. We can't do that. Why? Because we was programmed to hate what the next man has. A man that looks like me, we were programmed to hate what he has. If he's doing better than you, you was programmed to hate that man and despise what he got. Just because he's not doing what you're doing. And he's not following along to what you're following along with. He's following his own path to try to get him and his family ahead. And his fellow man will hate on him. His fellow man will hate on him. And that's what I mean by you reap what you sow. Do not hate on the next man because he has something that you don't. And I always say there ain't a person walking this planet that got something that I ain't got. Or that got something that I can't get. Same way that person got it, you can get it the same way. You may think the other races out there working hard, they got these good jobs and doing all. Nope, they got the same job you got. They work the same hours you make. They make the same money you make. You a supervisor, he a supervisor. He making the same you make. But the thing is, how the system is set up for them to advance more than you. And if you ever notice, people with money don't buy designer. They don't buy designer clothes and designer furniture and all the rest of that shit. Yeah, they'll buy a little expensive car, but we buy nice cars too. But the thing about it is, we was programmed to, when we get something, we just gotta floss out. We just gotta have this. I got this. Well, let me go buy this. Because don't nobody got this. I'm going to get this before anybody else get it. No, you don't need that. You don't need that. Same thing you spending hundreds of dollars on, you can get it somewhere else for cheaper than that. Your house can look just like the next man's house. Why he look like he got all this money, he got all this expensive looking stuff in his house. You know where that man got that shit from? Garage sales, yard sales, Goodwill, and online. Cheap. But we as melanated people, we just gotta go above and beyond. We just gotta spend the money on this expensive shit, on that expensive shit. And people just looking back like, man, this motherfucker's stupid. He done spent all that money on the same thing I got for down there $40-50. He done spent like $300 to $400 on that. But like I said, it's programmed. This country has programmed us so much and so bad that we forgot who we were. We forgot who we were, people, and what we can do. Do y'all know how powerful you are? You know, the words, you can speak words and be the most powerfulest person on the planet just by speaking. Just by a simple hand gesture, you can be the most powerfulest person on the world. We have it. We just lost it. It was suppressed. They suppressed our power so much that we don't even believe that we could do it. You know? They got people convinced that the pyramids was built with machinery. No, it wasn't. The pyramids is old as dirt. You can't get geometrical? Yeah, you can't get geometrical shapes like that. It's too precise. And to stack it like that without a brick falling, who did that? Who did that? You know, our powers are so suppressed that when it does happen to us, we think something's wrong. And what we do when we think something's wrong, we automatically go to the doctors. And what the doctor do? Pump us full of medication to suppress whatever's in us. You feel me? You know, that's what they do. They pump us full of that medication, and that medication, you know, it fucks you up more than what you got. You know, so, but it hit when I had mentioned earlier about this young man losing his life up here in Akron. The young man was 24 years old. He was halfway, he was a quarter through his life. But you see two people arguing, going at it. You see them fighting. Don't get involved, because I ain't got nothing to do with you. But the universe had other plans. The universe put him in that spot for a reason. The universe put him right there. Put him right there in that spot that he was in. Just didn't work out for him. You know, you reap what you sow. And it hit close because this young man had violently put his hands on a family member. You know, then when he was confronted by an actual man, he tried to play hard. You know, he tried to do what he had to do, but nah, didn't work. The universe did not want it that way. And one thing you do not do, you do not mess with a family that has powerful ancestors. You cannot mess with a family that has powerful ancestors. And if you don't know, you should know. You should know the background of people's families and who you messing with. Like I'm not gonna go and put my hands on nobody without knowing the background of their family. You know, I'm not going to do that not knowing if grandmama was, you know, back in the cut, you know, with the jars, the pot, the fucking everything. You don't know that. The man did something. The man messed with something he didn't have no idea what he was messing with. And the universe made him pay the price for it. It's sad, but the universe made him pay a price. You know? And he seemed like a good dude. He seemed like he was a cool young dude. You know, we met him. You know, he seemed like he was a good dude. But wasn't meant to be. The universe has a book. When you come up in that book, send that warrior out. You know what they always say, karma's a bitch, don't let her have puppies. When she had them puppies on you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Know what I mean? But it's just sad because there's so much violence going on up here in Akron, Ohio, that it's sometimes hard to keep up. It's just like, hey, man, like, what is going on in this world that people are doing the things that they do? You got police just running ruckshire, just shooting down anybody, unaliving anybody. You know, they putting hot pokers on people. You feel me? They putting hot pokers on people just and don't care. And don't care that they little body cam joints be on. They don't care. They'll still stand there on the body cam and make up something and take it back to their police chief, and that'll be their word because they're right, they're the law, and that's what they said. Nope. 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 Prime example. There's a Rodney Hinton Jr. If everybody follows that case, everybody knows what's going on with that case of, quote unquote, how they say that man drove his vehicle into the officer who was just on duty doing traffic duty, you know, for the college up there in Cincinnati. Which Mr. Hinton was not the driver of the car. He wasn't even the driver of the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle was an older woman, but she had passed away. You know, they came up with a whole narrative that his son had, you know, his son had pointed the Nerf at the police officers. So they had to retaliate and hit him with the beanbags. No. They hit him with the world enders. There's so much going on that even the government is covering up things that are going on. Smoke and mirrors. That's all it is smoke and mirrors. You know, cloak and dagger. That's what it is. You know, but I just came on here to get a couple things off my chest, y'all, and to vent a little bit. Appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all share, like this video, comment on this video. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media accounts, my YouTube, my TikTok, my Facebook, my IG, my Red Note. I'm on Red Note. I'm on Red Note. Even though it's all in Chinese, I'm still on there. Make sure y'all get on YouTube and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Hanging with Carlos Tipton is the name on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow that. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok at Carlos Tipton 007. You can follow me on Facebook. Y'all can follow me on IG Big Daddy Los. Make sure y'all leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share. Do all that fun stuff. You know, that's my time on here, peoples. You know, as always, appreciate y'all. Appreciate my day ones for riding along with me, still sticking with me. Appreciate y'all. So, till next time, love y'all. Peace. Stay blessed.